Wassail, beautiful people. So I've just been out down to the Basilica to take some pictures of these incredible, amazing gargoyles that celebrate the Galapagos Isles all around the outside. And then my intention was to do this, pick a gargoyle, pick a creature down there live, but I couldn't get a signal. So I then decided to go all the way up to the statue of Mary. Wassail, dark white dragon. And I got to the top where the statue was, and it's incredibly high. It's an amazing view, but it gave me really bad vertigo. And it took me through some very dark parts of Quito, really different energies that I didn't know existed here necessarily. I don't know. But so I've just come all the way back. And we're going to look at these amazing gargoyles. So they're on the front page, but maybe I can show you them. We've got llamas, armadillos, tortoises, iguanas, monkeys and anteaters as the choice. And then let's see if I can show you. So llamas, let's find the llamas first. Where are the llamas? Oh, there they are. So here's the llamas. And then there's armadillos. Let's find the armadillos. And then after the armadillos, we have the tortoises, which are on the other side of the building. Let's see if I can find my photograph of them for you. There they are. Tortoises. Then we have the iguanas. Iguanas, where are you hiding? Iguanas, where are you hiding? Here's the iguanas. And then we have the monkeys. Where are my monkeys? And finally, just to get you all able to see them all, we have the anteaters. Where have the anteaters gone? There they are. They're the cutest. So, take your pick. Llamas, armadillos, tortoises, iguanas, monkeys, or anteaters. So it's now 4 minutes and 30. Let's make it 4 minutes 45. Although I'm now going to start saying, hello, wassail holly, wassail bruginelli. So maybe I'll make that 5 minutes. And then that way, we're all ready. So, did you pick llamas? So I'm going to begin with Liffruma, So, here we go. We've lost someone already. We had 7 people watching. What am I doing wrong? Yes, well done, Holly. Llamas at 5 minutes. Let's see what we're getting from the llamas. I'm not taking cards that flip inside the deck. Wassail, Ariel. Still 1 minute in. Right, so I now have 4 cards. I might have to push you back a bit. Ooh, careful, don't fall off the edge of the table. So we're opening with Promeneur. So sweeping freedom. Sweeping freedom is what I'm hearing. And then the next 2, a destiny that's still forming. Yor and Tyr. There's something about this sweeping freedom and the smelting, the need to add some kind of compassion to your life in order to reach a frequency that will bring you your World Serpent destiny. So I'm just going to show you the napkin, the 4 cards together. Wassail, Miguel. So sweeping freedoms. I mean, Ur is becoming. There's a group of llamas called forgotten their name. There's 3 different types of camelids, and there's one called Picuna, and actually they seem to exist with the greatest freedom, but they're in the smallest numbers. So there's something in this energy here with their gargoyle story of some kind of special destiny that you've yet to create. That's the energy I'm getting here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, which is 9. That's really interesting. You've got a 9 and a 9. Now 9s, when you add them up, tend to vanish, but they always come back down to one single 9. And in fact, you can do your 9 times table, the early part, on your hands. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you said what's 3 times 9, 1, 2, 3, you count this as the 10s, 20, 2 10s, and the remaining is 7. So if you said what was 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you would have 72. Is it? It's something I've done years ago, but so there's something about within this energy where the formula that you need, I mean, you've got 5, 2, 2, 2, 8, 1, 7. All the pieces are there, but you haven't managed to, I want to say, give yourself the emotional freedom. You're still being bound in by restrictions, and you need to kind of burn the fences that you built around you in order to let your destiny sort of slither in and come towards you. These are not going to be long. They're just little flash moments to help us understand something. So we've got Mother Bear, and we've got this sense of being seeking spirit from within. It's like this card is almost this huge energetic freedom. There's something in Mother Bear that's a little bit like the Uroks, which is what Ur, the rune, represents. The first rune in the Elder Thuthark is Feo. The cattle that you can pen in, mobile wealth, the thing you hold. This is the freedom to roam, to be set free. And so there's this sweeping, vast freedom that you are somehow lost in a spiritual journey that's not quite making sense. There's like a sense of fears and terrors rolling around, and the way out is to connect with Tyr. Tyr is in Proto-Germanic story, mythology, was kind of god of gods, was first god. And by the time you get to the Norse pantheon and anything that moves into the Anglo-Saxon, he's become something much less as Woden, Odin has taken over. And yet he represents this ability to self-sacrifice, to understand what is necessary, to honour promises, and to always show absolute compassion. So I'm going to take the other Peruvian deck to get a little bit more. So we got La Kia, the moon, it's down there on the floor, which is again giving me that sense of something that you can't quite yet put your finger on. There's a wonderful seal, and there's a beautiful little dog here. The moon is not awake here. The moon is not trying to sort of assist you in searching for this. This is really an energy, if you picked the llama, that you need to start searching for yourself. It's something you need to create. Another one just scattered down to the floor. Maybe you're a llama today. I mean, the thing is, you can say pick a, but actually maybe what I always do is I watch all of them and decide which one I most associate with, which one's leading me in the direction I want. Because quite often if you pick one and then you watch another one, you go, oh, I wish I'd picked that one. Well, then just switch. Change your mind. There are no rules. The rules are made by others. Make your own rules up as you go along. Wassail over llamas. Olga, I went back down to get the gargoyles. I'll send you some close-ups of them later. Right, we're not getting a second card. We've got one on the floor. Let's turn it over and see what that is. Oh, 4 of coins. Now, you see, that is interesting. I spoke earlier about Feo, and there is a sense within Feo of the things that we cling to, the things we won't let go of. And then it's like if you can't let go, if you can't wake the emotions of your own truth, to wake the moon within, you're not going to reach this sweeping freedom. So, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? Let's get these. So, I got in a taxi today and the guy was saying words for me as we pass things. And I noticed that he said his double L's with a J sound that was very much Lima. And I said to him, are you from Lima? And he said no. So the lovers, that's really interesting, working with spirit. And what's really strange about this is it's saying, is it you don't trust spirit? Is that you've got a distrust for spirit? He said he was from Quito. But also, he said the letter V, he said vamos. He didn't say vamos, which was, he had a mixed accent. So there's something about trusting spirit, working with spirit, and yet somehow you're not trusting spirit. You're hanging on slightly too strongly to material possessions. I'm not saying you've got to go and give everything away or anything like that. It's just you're gripping too tight to the hemmed in, penned in energies that were around the beginning card that's not here, that's almost like an invisible frequency that you can't let go of. It's almost the box that you're wearing. So trusting in spirit, los enamorados, the lovers. I feel that this is about getting out more. There's something in this energy of being more comfortable, safe inside than being, there's almost a fear of freedom. That's what I'm getting. There's almost this energy of the outside world as being something you're uncomfortable with. You need to start, I'm not saying you need to dress up in leaves, but you need to surround yourself in the natural world. It's within the natural world that you're going to find this connection to bring about the compassion needed to seek your destiny. That's what I'm getting here. A greater connection to the real world. Has something happened to you in the real world that makes you wary of being among nature? Wake the moon within, change your tune, and get out more. So that's the message from the llamas. Let's pop them back. And let's move on to the armadillos. I'm so excited by these. I was so disappointed that I couldn't get a signal when I was outside and go live with the entire basilica behind me. But it just wouldn't let me have the signal. And as I say, I went up to the Virgin Mary statue, and she was so high that even looking up to take a photograph, I thought I was going to fall over and roll down the side of the hill. So I just want to say before I do a timestamp for the armadillos, if you go on to liffruma.com and sign up, there's a really interesting email coming towards you in the next few days, I guess, that's going to contain an additional video reading that came with some really profoundly beautiful stories to think about. So let's move on to armadillos. So armadillos, 1945, and that will give me a chance to put the book back. And then say, did you pick the armadillos from the Basilica of Quito? The Gargoyles of Quito, they're so fabulous. They're so amazingly unique. And I like the fact that there's pairs of them. So did you pick the armadillos? This is with the Liffruma deck. Yeah, Pluto's moved. I'm so happy. It will shift back, but the point is, he knows where it is now. Armadillo. Armadillo. I don't know. Armadillos. Armadillos. You're getting a lot of cards turning and getting stuck. Are you feeling stuck? The reason I say that is it begins with Ekburston. And that is an energy of being slightly stuck. Are you stuck? I've got all the possible lights on in here, but I've never done a reading this late. Armadillo, yo. Armadillo. Armadillo. Ah, we got two more. I just want one more. Thank you. I got it in the end. They recover on what? On oil pans. I don't know what oil pans are. I'm getting really dark. Can we have a bit more light in here? Maybe I've got... Hang on a minute. Maybe I've got my... Oh, I just had my brightness down. There we go. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, this is uncomfortable energy, Armadillo. Armadillos. So you've got... You've got a... This is, so look, you're beginning with bursting out to gutten and Ekburston. Let's hold them that way. And then your lower two are Condal and Calc. So this is breaking free from being held, locked, frightened. Wassail. Bursting free and then anchoring yourself in a new place. There's something... I want to say 4434 because of this. You've also got 5557. There's an energy of greater alignment taking place here with a real push towards a phoenix transformation. But there's something about your phoenix soaring up and then coming back down to earth and anchoring a new energy in that's purely you. There's something in this frequency where you've been stung before. Look, what's interesting is I'm being shown this frequency being within the anchor, but you're more... Once you've reached this energy, it's like gutting the fears. It is interesting. There's something to do with the grip of the narcissist within this energy. Are you listening to... Have you read? Are you gathering information and trying to apply someone else's journey to your own? Because that's part of the frequency I'm getting, is there's a lot of very sharp words. Very sharp words that are actually, if you were being honest with yourself, Armadillos, you would say that there are things you're hearing, things you're picking up that make you very uncomfortable, and yet somehow you're rolling over very placidly and accepting them. Stop accepting other people's truths is part of this frequency. Stop accepting other people's truths. So now we have 3 cards from, oh look, El Castillo, oh, I said that wrong. El Castillo, Castigo, Castijo, ho ho ho. This is justice, but this is not your justice. This is someone else's justice. This is something with a waggy finger. This is something where you berate yourself. I'm gonna say if you, there's a lot of stuff in the email that will be coming out in the next few days. The punishment, yeah, the punishment. But there's something about this which is where you're self-punishing. I would say anyone that's picked Armadillo, you really will need to sign up to Liffruma, because the email that's coming out has got information in that feels as though it's part of this. And I don't want to regurgitate that because it's something that's coming separately. And then we have the preparation. Oh, look at this, for the master or the mister of transformations. Preparing for a transformation. And that is exactly what this wonderful condal, cosmic, vast energy that's calling you to have a phoenix transformation. But you need to be prepared for it. You need to work out where you, I wanted to say self-harm, but that's a really pokey word. So where you are not being true to your spiritual pathway, because somehow that's causing you some kind of huge disruptions. So this preparation, there's something within the preparation frequency. Now this guy's sitting amongst all the junk, all the white goods and the electronic goods. I feel like you're having, I want to say like magnetic problems, magnetic distortions. Energy is moving in and out. Wassail Prudence K. Things giving up. Like your boiler's gone, or, the fridge no longer works. This energy that you're in is creating a narcissist frequency from within you. You're almost calling it in. I'm being drawn to this 5-5 as the lunar eclipse on the 5th of May. It might be that that's part of your journey, that you need to prepare for a transformation on the 5th of May. Because we've got 5-5-5 with Ekbursten and Gutten. Burst out and gut the old pains. The ulcers. Up the ulcers! The ulcer. You're working yourself up. You're making yourself feel uncomfortable as this transformation comes nearer. Yeah, let's get all that in there. Cinco de Mayo. So you've got this 5-5-5-7. The transformation is 15. I mean, it's a really interesting energy, this, because it's got this energy of the transformation, but it's usually this card in most tarot decks would be the card of the devil. And it's really weird how recently when I have picked up tarot decks, every time the card of the devil comes out, it's like the devil is empty. I keep staring at the cards and saying, what do you want to tell me? What? And yet this one is talking. about a transformation, about a change that you can have. So let's get some more on there. Trying to only give each 15 minutes. The 6:15s is a lot. So let's go. Come on, let's go disco. Interesting. They really wanted to come out, but they got stuck. Oh, they got stuck. El Collado. So we got the 5 of Wands, Cinco de Bastos, and then stuck, waiting. And again, it's all these 5s. 5, 5, 5, 7, 1, 5, 5. There's so much energy of May about this. I'm waiting, preparing. That's interesting. 1, 2, 2, waiting and preparing. Know the transformation that you want to make. There's something of the energy of Hengetrau, that energy of reviewing things, working out what you need and what you don't need, what you require to change. It's been stalking you since the solstice. There are numbers that do that. I mean, I'm getting 1 and 5 that comes out a lot together. I see that a lot. But there are a lot of 5s at the moment, and 5s have always been a number about change which can feel a little awkward. I also know quite a few people whose birthday is the 5th of the 5th. So come along now, give us a little bit more. I just looked up and it was 32.23. So that energy of being prepared, readied to do the switch, to do the transformation. The mirror reaches you and you understand the polarity differences between what you see in the mirror and what you portray to yourself. See a different you in the mirror and then you can bring that other you into the world around you. So that inspired quite a few cards. Oh, look, see? That's your Wheel of Fortune. That's the moment when you can look in the mirror and see you renewed. That renewed you has to come out into the real world. And then we have 4 of oros, of coins. This is that gripping energy. This is that not willing to let go. You've got to somehow unpick what mortars you to your current frequency that refuses to let go of you, or that you refuse to let go of. Ocho de copas and cuatro de espadas. Wassail, la 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 Clayton. So 484 is acting as the representation of the mirror that kicks the transformation, that shifts your Wheel of Fortune. There's a healing in unpicking this. There's also this energy here in the 8. If you look at this, there are all down below, there are all of the jugs. And these are coming across as kind of offerings, things you've offered, things that you've attempted, dreams you've wished for, things you've desired, and none of them came because you were not in the right energy. You need to be walking towards a new dream that you create, a transformative energy. That's what you're getting. transform. Yes, solstice could be part of it. It could be that that's part of the energy moving towards the next solstice, which is, you know, the June solstice. I'm just looking for any extra clues. I'm being drawn the whole time to this, like there's a big eye watching you. Maybe it's your armadillo. Maybe you need to connect with an armadillo story, truths about the armadillo, work out. Yeah, I have to say, Ariel, there is a huge energy at the moment just because of Pluto moving, where he hasn't quite decided that he's fully in, and he keeps stepping back out and coming back in and stepping back out, and then he's in for 20 years. There's an energy where we can't force issues, and we're being asked to kind of sense preparation, preparing for your transformation. You are preparing for your transformation. Okay, so that was that one. If you want the 2 times, llamas was 5 minutes and armadillos was 19:45. And next we're moving on to tortoises. 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 Big old slow Galapagos creatures. Longevity. So let's pop the cards back before we start. Tortugas. Tortugas. Olga's here, giving us all the clues in her first language. Every message is for me, I'm sure, as well. The only thing is, I don't remember the messages well when I'm in them. I have to look back at them. Yes, llamas and armadillos. And now we're moving on to tortugas. Tortugas. So, tortugas, tortoises, let's have 38 minutes. 38. Did you pick tortoises? So, what is interesting? No, let's not do that. Let's see if it comes out in the reading. I've got to stop speculating and showing off my knowledge of certain pointless things in life. I hope it comes up though. I really want to share it with you. Tortoises. Tortoises. Tortugas. Seemed to let me have a card when I said it in Spanish. Ooh, you see now this one really is about the solstice, Ariel. Because the solstice cards just come out. It's come out with another card, but the other card's face down, so I don't know what it is. We're looking for... Oi! There's another one. We've got 3. I want one more, because I want a little napkin. There it is. So, your first one... Ooh, I love this card so very, 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 very much. Newer. And then 37. This is Ceres energy. Seriously, it's Ceres energy. So Ceres is hiding behind the Earth. Oh, she's got the whole planet to herself and she's recoding everything. This is saying you've got the codes. The blueprint is transforming, but you have to wait. It says, germinate, form and pause. Create a potential blueprint for a new activity to actively unfold, but not just yet. on the 21st of June, somehow. This solstice energy. And then, ooh, you're gripped by your past for now. You're being swelgenist. So the swelgenist is Urva, the Norn of the past. And she's got you gripped. She's got you tied up. Well, that's interesting. They immediately said she thinks she has. But you've got the code. You got the code to free yourself from the swelgenist, to free yourself from the energy. Interestingly, it just went 4050, and they immediately made me think of this when it went 4050. There's a divine energy, a divine new code taking place within you to lift you past the damages, the thoughts, the traumas, the things that you hurt yourself with over and over again as memories. You're being given the codes to move past them. You're being given new blossoms, buds that are just waiting to unfurl with new perfumes. 5111. There's something about this 5-1, May the 1st, that has a frequency to do with something within the eclipse tunnel. I'm not sure, it's just close to the end of the eclipse tunnel period, but there is something about the 1st of May that seems relevant to our tortoises. This rarefied moment, there's almost a sense that you could have been in this frequency, almost waiting for this for so very long. There's something in that rarefied solstice energy that's about a long-awaited alignment. So, now you see, that's interesting. You've got the dance of the soul. Oh, okay, that's interesting, because the Day of No Shadows is in May, isn't it, in Hawaii? You said it was May and July. I knew it was May, but I thought for some reason it'd be November, but it's May and July. Wassail, May the 26th. Give me a moment. 9, 10, 11, 21, 27, 10 and 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, no, 10, 11, 12, 17, no, I can't, I'm not pulling it from here, but let's see if it comes up. So this dance of the sun is interesting, because this feels like a frequency that's so on the other end of the scale to tortoise energy. Tortoises are very strongly linked to the moon. So the tortoise has on its back, it has 13 pieces that make up the center of its shell. And that's the 13 moons that you can have in some years compared to 12. So it's a very moon number. And if you were to just look at the number of moons, usually you can almost fit 13 better, but we count everything as 12 months. But remember, some of our months have 31 days, some have 30, 28. But if you look at them as just lunar months, there's often a greater chance to catch the 13. And then around the outside, I think there are 28 pieces to the shell which are the count that we almost do for a lunar cycle. So by their very nature, there's a mathematical coding within tortoises that matches lunar activity. And yet here, you're being asked to dance with the sun on the solstice. Brother Mona, the moon, is present, but this is the dance. So they're saying to me, condor, lifting yourself from a kind of cool, frigid air at the base of something and rising up. Because in the basilica, one of the towers is known as the Tower of the Condors. So I'm getting that energy. It's lifting you. Go into your swelginess. Go into the emotions that pain you. Look at them and acknowledge them, and then let them go. And then if you're doing something and that little rabbit hole slips in again, just go, I saw you. I saw you doing that, and I'm not playing that game with you anymore. So we've got the dance of the sun. I don't know what kind of dance you need to do, but the dance will be something new. It's bringing you a new energy of consciousness gripping in to your cells, these newly blueprinted cells. Just finished this. I've got 2 on the table. Let's see if any more come. Recogimiento. I can't say that one, Olga. Don't tell me off. And then here we have apariencias. I'm getting this energy from these 2 cards of you being able to start recognizing or witnessing some kind of, like ghosts out of the corner of your eye. But actually what's interesting about the things that you're recognizing, if you've picked tortoise, is you're actually recognizing the other you. An other you. So what I'm getting is that there's some kind of message coming in from a future self, an other self, trying to connect directly with you to pull you out of your swelginess. You may even find this other you smiling at you deep inside here, but actually it's as you're moving towards this dance of the sun that you're going to catch a glimpse. You're going to start to recognize something future. Something future is trying to wink at you. Which is interesting just because of the slowness and longevity and the fact that we consider, thanks to Darwin, the life of a tortoise as being something very, very old. 48. There's a lot of numbering going on at the moment. So, look. Here we go, 45. That's why they showed me 48. Was because you've got 45. There's something divine coming into you that's trying to show you that you've been given future codes, future coding blossoming within you that will kind of begin to unfold as you move towards the solstice. So, it's exciting. I'm getting a bit overexcited by that one. I might have to have a sip of water. So, recognizing future apparitions, trying to wink at you. I love that energy. That's really exciting me. So, there's one on the floor, face down. Wassail grace. There we go. We've got something coming up. So let's go down to the floor. Ooh, you've got a lot of cards. So face down on the floor. Sete de oros and diez de espadas. Wassail, Nirvana, tsunami. There's a future harvest, but you got to kill the past. You got to kill the past. That's like... You've got to let it go. You've got to acknowledge that this harvest, the future harvest, the sleepy stores waiting to feed you something new, this apparition of you from the future that you're glimpsing, that you're having contact with, is coming in very strongly. And again, it's like it wants to repeat the message. Kill the past. Don't keep walking in this energy of being outside your own possible greater truth that, again, I keep saying your future self is trying to bring towards you. You kind of need to acknowledge that you can behead the past. Behead Urda. Become Urda yourself so that you can walk through the door of the past into a door of the now and shut that door. And then, yeah, it's Cuatro de Espadas, which is always the card of healing. Your healing comes in your future. Well, I mean, you know, in a way, we're always being healed in the future, but you need to understand that in the future, in this apparition that you're glancing at, you're healed. You are healed. Just say to yourself briefly, if you pick this, I am healed. And my future self is trying to tell me I am healed. Life is better. Life renews itself. But you have to, I mean, I don't know, I'm going to read you the end of this poem because it says, Urda being the Norn of the past, Urda is here to hold you back. Urda praises your past glories. Urda knots them into the failures you allow to shame you. Stop Urda dead. Dead is what the past is. Because it's over. You've been through it. It's behind you. But it has these little tendrils that come out and grab us and keep reminding us of things that we sort of castigate ourselves with. Punish ourselves with. So, that's the tortoise reading. Feel your future self telling you you're healed. You've done it. You got there. But you've got to let that future self energy into you. You can't keep letting the Urda past version of you rule your life. Be healed. You are healed. It's a hard one, accepting that we are healed. And when those little moments of swelterness rise up, just go, aha, saw you, Urda. Go away, Urda. So let's move on to the iguanas, the iguanas, the iguanas. So this is 54. Oh, I'm going to have 45. I'm going to have a mirror. There we go. 54, 45. Iguanas, iguanas. What's the iguana? Yeah. Amen to being healed. This deck is for that purpose. Seriously. The Liffruma Healing Oracle deck. Yeah, some people might kind of sniggle at the title. I didn't have a title for it. It didn't want a title. And then one day, after seeing how much it was healing people who were going through the cards with us, you just had to admit that it wanted to heal people. But it wants to talk directly to you as to how you heal you, not how me rambling on at you heals you, but how you find a relationship with this deck to heal yourself and be healed. Be healed. Look, this thing where you have an epiphany and people say, a spiritual journey is never done. Why not? Why not finish your spiritual journey, be healed, and go and enjoy life? Because that's what this deck wants. It wants you to live a life. You got all the time in the world, even though it's out of time, when you're dead, to be in that kind of spiritual energy. So get healing, get living your life, iguanas. Oh! And your last card was the only one face up, but it is a card of absolute healing. I will show you it. It's hell. It's a 13 frequency. So, I'm going to ask you a question, people. Can you guess? I don't even know why I'm asking you this now, because you're all going to guess the right number. How many planets do you think are on planets? How many countries do you think, or nations do you think, lie on the equator? The clue's in the number of the card. Come on, someone. Tell me how many nations lie on the equator. And while you're doing that, I'm going to turn the other runes over. Ooh. Wow. Well, I'm going to show you the first two first. Yay, it's 13. Pretty cool though. Be nice if we could just say it was just one nation on the equator, because everywhere in the world was just one nation. It's coming. It's coming. So, this is your opening runic frequency. The divine emotional bleed. So, iguanas. But this is somehow talking about that bleed. Look at the runes. Look at the difference between the runes. I told you that this was a mirror frequency. Reaching a point when you look yourself in the face and ask yourself, do you want to carry on in that way? Look, just turn that this way and you get a perfect mirror. There's something about... this is usually emotional bleed, but I want to say, because Esk is the personal Yggdrasil tree, because this is the energy of Loki, the trickster, it's also the frequency of psychology within the mind. So there's some kind of, what do I want to say here, philosophical bleed that needs to take place, a divine philosophical bleed, so that you make new room for something else in your mind. This card usually represents the heart, but this is really talking about how we process pain mentally. Maybe it's about stopping depression, the frequency, moving through something. You'll see when I show you the next two cards why I'm saying you've got this covered, people. I often read just, core belief purge. That is almost what this is. You need to psychologically build a new philosophical foundation to strengthen your now. So, I'm going to read you the whole of the Lecce card. Lecce is the leech, the emotional bleed. It can be brought on by grief, all sorts of other things, loss, Let's just hear this poem. The grim harvest seeking balance, profound heart wound bleeding, grief pouring, emotions soaring, tears raining down ceaselessly, pain after pain after pain, and you can't explain it away. Feel it, bleed it, pour it all out until you and it are almost broken from exhaustion. Now see how clearing pain makes space for new treasures deeper in your heart. But I want to say with this card, it's deeper in your mind, deeper in your appreciation, deeper in your understanding. What are you making room for? All the magic to come back to your life. Weird Hamir and Hell, the returning light, the all-room, the weirdness. Weirdness is the old Anglo-Saxon concept of something behind the veil. This is when you have drained everything intellectually and emotionally so that you can see, throw back the curtain behind the veil and actually see all of the magic returning. You can see this inside this energy, the two strokes and the two lines. It's all written within itself. The light is waiting to return back to you. So let's move with this. Iguanas. So we've got two on the table for the moment. We're beginning with, the dance of life. I want to say this is the dance of life. I know it's not a dance we want to go through, but this pain is a divine energy to springboard you into dancing your life. It's amazing, amazing energy. Dancing your life joyfully, zestfully. Look at that. I said that this was about mirrors. Look at this broken mirror. This is this. This is the way in which you've misunderstood yourself, where you misrepresent yourself, where you've broken your psychological truth. And this one is bringing you back to the dance of life, back to the joy. So let's get another one of those on that. Oh, another two. Oh, beautiful. What's this one? Look, flexibility. Again, it's all part of this springboard energy that returns you to your world. And then, this is beautiful. The spirit of the purified water. That's so gorgeous. This is really profound healing coming to you. Really profound healing. So let's just get a little bit more. I was going to have some water. I'm so parched. I'm having purified water. It's actually the only kind of water you can drink here. Purified water. Espíritu de las aguas puras. You're usually the one that reminds me. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a bit excited by these gargoyle messages though. It's also getting darker and darker in here, but there's no rain. It would be nice if it came right now with the purified water. So what have we got, please? Iguanas. Iguanas. So what have we got to start with? We've got the Knight of Wands, taking your time. Taking your time, there's no rush on this. In fact, there's no sense of time at all in this reading. That's interesting. Oh, but look. Why was no one pointing that out earlier? 7676. There's profound numerological magic shaping up. I'm sure it's got something to do with Pluto being in Aquarius now. So we've got this. Oh my goodness, I thought there were just 2 cards. There's 4. Take your time. Take your time. I mean, this flexibility card is talking about flexing new mental muscles, being kinder to yourself, reaching a flexibility so that you can dance with life more freely. So let's see what we've got here. Look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this there's actually 5. There's 4 here plus the 1. So look, we're beginning with this energy of El Ermitaño, the Hermit, El Ermitaño. That's a 9. This is again, this is timing. The Hermit, often we talk about the Hermit as light your own light, light your truth, carry your lantern, be true, be alone, do that, all of those kind of things. Wassail, sacred seal. So in the old Italian origins of the tarot, the Hermit is divine timing. There is a divine timing, but you don't need to rush this. 2 cards saying do not rush this process. There's all the time in your life, in the world, to make this transformation. Do not rush it. Feel everything truthfully. And then you've got el juicio, el juicio, judgment. Your tune comes when it's ready. Your dance of life will play out when you're ready. Your light will return when you're ready. And then you're going to do the dance of love. That's all I can say. Look, the Cuatro de Bastos. There's the musicians. The musicians are shaping up. They're cleaning out their instruments. They're getting ready to play your new tune. And what is it? It's the tune of love. It's the Ace of Cups. I just want to look at that. Yeah, it has. It's interesting that it has 5 strands of water for the 5 senses. But I sense within this that there's a 6th sense that you haven't quite cracked yet. There's an additional energy coming towards you that's part of the frequency of love, that's much more psychological within you. Something that comes in as a growing, expanding understanding of almost witnessing this energy of love and light in other things, in other people, in animals, in plants. Seeing auras of light. seeing auric fields coming much more strongly to you. So there we go, that was iguanas. Let's put the cards back before we move on to monkeys, and while I'm doing that, I'm sure Holly or Eve will be preparing the timings. So the timings so far are llamas at 5 minutes, armadillos at 19 minutes, tortoises at 38, and iguanas at 54:45. So we're going on to monkeys next. Love a monkey, me. Only because I'm born in the year of the Chinese monkey. And this ink is the story of Monkey, who's up here. Getting his as you will cudgel. So, 71, and then 10. 7110, because that'll be 1 hour, 11 minutes. I'm going to make it 7111. That's what we want. We want 7111, so it's 011111. Way! So, monkeys. Monkeys. Yeah, I like that. 1111111111. Monkeys. Monkeys, you got Sunsteader. Straight in at the solstice. Wassail, Jonathan. Way. Ooh. Everything changes, monkeys, at the solstice. Everything changes at the solstice. Oh, and that's interesting. It's 10:11. So we got about 0111 is a theme. Everything changes at the solstice for you. In June, it's interesting, the last one had no time in it. This is very definite. This is opening with an exact timing. Monkeys. The monkey gargoyle. I still don't know, because I haven't been down there in the rain, whether they spurt properly and gargle water out of their mouths. There we go. 2 more cards. We wanted a napkin. We're having a ball. So I've already shown you 56 and 37. I'm going to have to just put my finger slightly over 56. And then I'm also going to put my hand slightly over 50. But we've got 4 and 50. We've got Os and Aripian monkeys. Everything changes at the solstice. You will become mature. There's a maturing happening physically, monkeys. This is not emotional, monkeys. This is a physical transformation. What do I mean by physical transformation? Well, the cells. It's like past the point of the solstice, this rarefied alignment that's taking place. You might want to look at other things, like a DNA upgrade. But what I was going to say, rather than necessarily an upgrade, it's like for the first time in your life, monkeys, you're going to feel your consciousness actually reach inside every single cell, and that will discover something new about your physical body. That's the energy I'm getting. There's a change in the wind. There's a change in the energy that will bring itself into. Look, Os is your cells. Os is a very old physical god deity that's to do with being in the physical world. It's the minuteness of individual atoms and cells, but it's also the vastness of the cosmos when you have this kind of energy of alignment. And it's brief. I don't mean it doesn't last. I mean, it's brief in that you've waited so long to reach this energy of maturing, to ripen and to mature. And this is a key energy in the next set of runes that will be being released to the sort of secret rune squad. The people that have subscribed to Liffruma.com, this is part of the next cycle that's coming up, and it begins with Newer, which was in one of the earlier readings, and then it moves through to Rippian. And so that's 45 to 50. It's 6 cards using the long branch, short twigged runes of the Younger Thuthark in the medieval period. And so there's a different kind of programmed energy. It's almost like having had the Elder Thuthark, there's something about returning a youthfulness, a vigor, is what's coming to you, monkeys. So let's give this a little shuffle. There's so many 5s today. Seriously, so many 5s. But as I say, I do think May's got a lot of very significant energy coming up. I'm going to spend my evening tracking the heavens around May. I need to understand it. I mean, I already know that the eclipse tunnel is very much Ceres. Ceres owns our asses at the moment because Ceres is the one doing the DNA coding. She is the one fiddling with all of the cosmic eggs. So I'm actually going to just read you this because I think I've never read this out loud, and I think you'll find it interesting. Sounds, frequencies, sounds found deep in every cell call out, forcing the source of the God voice of the earth's breath to burst and release. Each atom an unhatched cosmic egg of unmatched mystical potential. To rise up is to speak up, to give song to ancestral codes of healing nestled in all our vessels of the world soul. Galdeer your best life, reach forward and commune. Speak your rarefied truth. Change your old focus and you will grow generously wise. So what do we have over here? See, this is a perfect example of what I just said. Becoming more youthful, becoming more invigorated. So here we have the Hanged Man, this old energy, this reviewing, waiting frequency. So much shine on these cards. And then the joy of the child on the dragon weird frequency, sliding down the helter-skelter into a new dimension. So to grow up is to grow younger. It's so beautiful. Look, so I'm getting this energy that I need to explain. We always talk about going and reviewing and fixing a damaged inner child. And I always say, if the inner child is damaged, it's infantilizing you to keep going back to that inner child and asking that inner child to be comforted by you. That inner child just needs to go. You need to make a grown-up adult child who's full of the great big wide-eyed awe that children have, but you need to make that your adult child so that you can live a younger maturity. You know what I'm trying to say. And then it ends with the spirit of the serpent, the mother spirit of the serpent. Oh, okay, so I'm going to explain something to you briefly here and just say that there's something within this frequency about the story of mother ancestry birthing you and absorbing pain to create life. The second card is the child sliding down their own serpent, rebirthing their own energy, maturing, because you can't do this if you're very young and juvenile. This is something you really need to work on, and this is going to be explained in the next email. This is part of the story that's in both. It's mainly in the video, I think. There will be a hidden video just for the people subscribing to Liffruma.com for the moment. So I don't know when it's coming. It's written, the video is made, but it's definitely, this is the energy story. Monkeys. These monkeys, isn't there? So let's, it's the difference between when your natal chart was set by the birthing of you by your mother, and then this is an energy of when you reset your new natal chart. It's a little bit like the first time I picked up on the notion of having a second natal chart is when you become something else. And the example for me came when I was drawn into an article where someone was talking about various different celebrities and their birth charts. It was talking about Queen Elizabeth II. And so she had a birth chart when she was born, obviously, as everyone does. That if you looked at it, you would never say, wow, this woman's going to be the Queen. But her chart became more interesting when you looked at the moment when her father dies being the moment that she actually becomes this new energy, which was the Queen. And it's only recently through Liffruma that I've began to understand this energy through the norms of how you have in your past your birth chart, and it's possible to move your life force to a point in the now. And when you have that epiphany, you will know that that's your new life force energy that you birthed. So you give yourself a new chart in the now to move on the rest of your life. There's a little light over there, and it's got two people dancing in it. It's a little window into a room that I don't have access to, and it's just lit up at the point when you make your new natal chart. So what else do you want to say about these new natal chart energies? 8333 then. So we got a little clapping pair of cards. I say a pair and then it turns out to be three. So look, it's coming back again. There's something now about truly being healed. Truly being healed through rebirthing your life force, bringing your life force into a chosen moment. And look, do you know what? You can choose, you can go scouring around looking for a new time to make your future chart with, and you can pick it, and then you can decide to do some kind of personal ceremony to make that moment. You can crown yourself into your new future now. When you choose to be your own emperor, when you choose to prune, to cut away your old life force and heal yourself by crowning yourself anew. That's interesting as well, because monkey in the journey out west is always reinventing himself, always renaming himself, always getting new names. My favourite of his names is Great Sage equal to heaven, because he doesn't like the fact that there's a hierarchy in heaven. So he decides that he will just collect new titles and new names as he goes through life. And in the end, he becomes a Buddha frequency. Oh, look, serious. Oh my God, my whole body's gone goosebumpy, goosebumpy, goosebumpy. So I said, it's really important to rebirth your life force into the sun, your life force. It's yours to choose when you replant it. Yours to choose when you move on healed from the birth chart you struggled with, given to you by your mother, to the birth chart you make for yourself in the future. That's so beautiful. Oh, it's going. Oh, it's going all across my skin surface, that one. Choose your own life force. That has blown my own mind, because look, I was talking all the way through that about the importance of your life force, your soul, your sun, your being. You choose where you put it down now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a day. I'm gonna pick it and I'm gonna rebirth myself, because my mum came to me when I was in Mexico, when I had all the trauma with my teeth and all of the posts I was having to have the implants put in started to be rejected by my body. And she came to me and she said, I absorbed all your pain to bring you into the world. And then she said, now you've got to absorb your own pain to move yourself through the world. So I'm gonna pick me a new day. Actually, that's really funny. Oh, I'm bringing in my past here now. There was a story I told in a reading yesterday, maybe, where I said you got to change your codes, because codes are changing in my series. And I keep seeing new codes, but what I also said was I keep seeing my birthday, and I was like, because I've got to get rid of all the codes, maybe I need a new birthday. So maybe I do. Maybe I need to find the new, not necessarily the birthday, but my rebirth day. Maybe we all need a rebirth day, a day that we choose where we change our charts. So finally, we get to the Anteaters at 8808. What's 8808? 1 hour 2808. So it's 012808. So that's all of the timestamps. I'm getting burpy now. I'm going to have a drink of water. That last one's had me a bit overexcited. So, Anteaters. Drink. Oh, I feel like I need to show you that. You're bearing the fruits of your legacy. There it is. Yeah, you did, Jonathan. I've got it all on my phone and I will catch up with it soon, but I've had too much editing to do. There's one, it's face down, I'm not looking at it. There's a second, I'm not looking at it, it's face down. And there's the last two. And then there was one trying to get away, but I'm not having that. We're only doing napkins. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, you begin, ooh, Anteaters, beautiful energy, Gatorung. This is when the Gununga gap opens and allows space for new energies to come in, and it creates a thing, a gathering of people. Wassail, Jonathan. And then you, oh my goodness, 7447, you are knocking straight in there with the mirrored frequencies. You're unfurling your energy back into the world around you. Anteaters. It's beautiful energy, beautiful frequency. There's something of an energy of the past, almost branded upon you once, that's finally beginning to dissolve. I'm really strongly getting that energy. It's finally leaving the arena, the realm. And there's this huge open-armed energy of the world around you wanting to hold you. And then 12 and 19. It's funny, it's the wrong way around, but 1966. It may have a relevance for some people, other than people from Britain who think that was, well, from England, who think that was the last time they ever won the World Cup. I hate football. So, Wassail Happy Mantra. That's the wrong way round. It's meant to be this way round. The static is moving. Oh, that's what this was about. This branded torment that I saw that's been stuck within you is fading. And you are moving forwards. But the important part of the static is that you're holding open a frequency that has the need to be filled with the new energy that's coming in through. There's a sense of channeling. There's a sense of psychic frequencies coming in to, I want to say, to remove this branded thing. This branded thing has had you stuck, almost facing a mirror and never seeing your truth, only seeing reflections of others, never seeing reflections of you, being static, being needful. It's almost that there's something about leading the horse to the water and you can't make it drink. You've been led to this mirror. You've been led to this branded discordant frequency that's finally fading, and you're able to begin to move. I'm getting the sense of cello. Why am I getting a sense of cello? The tonality of the wood vibrating. It's your Yggdrasil. Your Yggdrasil is about to, your personal Yggdrasil tree is about to start to unfurl a new tune, a new truth, a new you. I'm seeing a tree bursting to life with new song. But it's not song, it's melody. And it's a rich, deep melody. When you play a cello, the cello sits here and the fingerboard runs up and down here, but the body of the cello that amplifies the sound. When you play a cello, it goes inside your gut. It moves your body. This is the energy I'm getting from this. There's a new, rich melody coming in to your life. That's beautiful. Wassail Tracy J. So what else have we got here? So it begins, oh look, this has happened again. This, look. I had this in a reading yesterday. Or was it one I did on my own and didn't record? This is horse. These are horses. This is movement. Movement. This is the Chariot in this card. This poem talks about the leading a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You don't need the horse. To make the next part of your journey, you need to transform your life. You need to be free of being dragged along. You need to walk your own tune. You need a renewal of your Yggdrasil energy. So you've got 7, 4, 4, 7, 7. And then you've interestingly got 6, 6. And then with this 1, 9, it's followed by another 9. Miedo. I'm seeing this as a fear of a transformation, not quite being comfortable to walk alone or to walk away from this, to walk away from, it's really interesting. It's like to walk away from some kind of spiritual guidance that's not delivered the energy. That's what this was. This frequency that I'm seeing in this card of something branded onto you. It's an old spirit who's always been around or has often been around. And look, it's no criticism of them. They're not trying to trick you. They're just, there's a transformation. Oh, excellent, Eve. It's like, I don't want to, this is tricky, because I don't want to insult this spirit because they are a beautiful, well-intentioned spirit. But there is something in this story where I want to kind of say there's something about them that's a little bit of a novice. There's somebody you've lived with, experienced life with, maybe in the past, maybe in the future. They are a spirit who you usually know and love and trust, but they've been the horse you've been riding on, and it's now time. They can't take you on the next part of your journey. The next part of your journey is without them. The next part of your journey is to you, to take you further. You will see this spirit again. They're so connected to you. Fascinating energy, really fascinating energy. I feel like I need to this is quite a big story. Wassail, Steph, I am going to need your email address that works somehow. And if I can't do it through you, I might have to do it through someone else. But I want to ask you about a possible thing that I'd like you to maybe do. But later, it's no rush now. I'm in the middle of an energy story. He's good at Spanish. I'm gonna have to look this one up. I can see something. Wassail Cindy. See if I can say it and see if it will say it back to me. El buscador de almas. Oh, the weapon finder. Oh yeah, Plaza del Almas. Oh, you see, that's interesting. Just have a look at that card and think about the notion of this trusted soul that often incarnates with you. And I don't feel they incarnated with you this time, but they agreed to be a guide. And you've been riding along with their journey, but it's reached the end of that moment. And I don't want to say weapon finder, but this is like you're going to discover a new guide energy who won't carry you, but will advise you. This one carried you. This one was the horses and the chariot. And now it's time to move into your own energy, but you'll be given new guidance. And that's a 9. You're swapping a 9 for a 9. You're swapping one guide for another guide. And I am being told that their purpose is not to work on your internal journey, but your external journey. How you move through, okay? How you move through life. Eve, you said this was the one you chose. This is obviously just so that you can get confirmation. I mean, I'm not saying it's only for you, but it is allowing that confirmation. We love a new guide. I have a new guide, well, he's not new anymore. He came and then he left. And he was one of these psychic surgeon guys. And he could be quite aggressive with people. Are you asking Eve, Cindy? There's a card there face down. Let's see what we get. I saw 10234 then, which is interesting because that's moving through exact moments in time, but with a cosmic egg unfolding in between. Oh, I've started, so I have to stop. Let's say we got 3. This card's taken on a new energy recently. I just suddenly thought there were 2 there. This card is like something that appears suddenly from nowhere. It's been coming through recently as ta-da! And there's all these new opportunities in the real world. 6-6 in the power number of the real world. Not 3-3, which is internal energy, power number. You've got the 9-9. You've got the divine. Actually, you've got 999. That frequency's there. The divine. I want to say that power numbers. Yes, pick a gargoyle, Steph. You might have to go back over it. 999. So double numbers are often called master numbers, and I'm recalling them power numbers because I don't like gendering things, and yet rather naughtily, I'm calling triple numbers missy numbers. Mistress or missy numbers. So anyway, you got a missy number. You got 999. You got the divine. We can't comprehend it, but ta-da! It's delivering something to you. So the first card that you got, is she female? Eve, do you know your guide? Because this is like earth fairy territory. This is not the energy of someone you know. This is the energy Okay, I'm not saying it is this, but what I'm saying is this energy, this Queen of Orbs here is coming across as the frequency of kind of like a Titania, like a fairy queen, or a Mab, Queen Mab. The energy of something from another dimensional space that you've never incarnated with. This is someone bringing advice, but you're not getting on their back and riding a journey of a horse with them. It's a different kind of energy. It's an advisory counselor coming. Ciao. So the last two cards that you've got. This new guide energy, this new frequency that people will be joining into, this ta-da is coming to change the pain. The Three of Swords, and then La Muerte, death. She's bringing 13 moons frequency creativity towards you. That's powerful. That is really strong opportunity to change things. No more pain. Death to pain. Let's live new opportunities. That's what's coming in. I feel like I haven't done this for anyone, but I feel like I need to pull a last Liffruma energy to do with this Reina de Oros, this mystical elven spirit, maybe it is. I said fairy earlier, but magic folk not hiding, but concealed, unseen, because they live in another dimension. So look, you've got Egel Shamir. This is often a wheel or a code that's almost like it's talking again. It's referring back to this. This code that this loving soul that you know took you as far as they could, and then they reached a point at which there's a protective barrier and they cannot sail you past this frequency. You have to sail yourself past it with the help of this new guide who's coming in to change the pain. But this is what I went about. You started with 7, 4, 4, 7, 7. There's all this energy around 7 and 4. 7 being a sacred pathway, 4 being this need to heal. So you're getting this energy of the gathering, the changing of the frequency, this energy of the new spirit from within trees or whatever it is. On 74 was when you were born. But look at what the last card is. The healing's done. It's Hemfereld. 7, 7, which brings you back home. This is the Bifrost. This is the journey back to you. Oh, and that's interesting. These two poems both have the energy of sailing associated with them. At the end of this one, it talks about birthing, B-E-R-T-H, to birth your ship back to where it needs to be. And it says, welcome home. Maybe you have lived a life behind the veil. Maybe you're being returned to that energy. You've got another missing number now. You've got 777. That's an extremely profoundly powerful number. 3 sevens. So, yeah, me too. I think I might, Eve. I might have to go off and have a little weepy over that one. It's beautiful energy. So, Anteaters. That was your reading. So look, 11037. 110. See, that's my birthday. It's just reminding me I need to rebirth my birthday. So, and it's about to go to 111. I feel like I need to stop it on 11111 because then that's the start of the monkeys. Energy. I know we're nearly there. So I'm going to say goodbye within the next 10 seconds. So I close this off on 11111. So thanks for joining me, people. Beautiful.